Hi everyone. So let's just do an energy check to see if we can capture some of the energy that's around us at this time. I have a Kipper deck and a self-care oracle deck and two tarot decks that we're going to use to try to capture as much of the energy as we can around us. So we're starting with the card 33 with concern. So there might be something on your mind. You might be concerned with something. You might be thinking about something. But let's get a self-care oracle card too. So we have celebration. Good times come from hard work. Time spent in good company. So you could be concerned about an upcoming celebration. You could be concerned that your hard work is not paying off. Maybe you're not seeing the celebratory results for something that perhaps you've been working on. So, but we'll keep going because there are a few different ways that we can read that energy. So let's get into the tarot. So we have Temperance, Death, Ten of Swords, Three of Wands. Underneath, Seven of Cups, the Hermit, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Cups. Under everything is the Devil, which I'm going to flip over, but we do know that that's there. So we will absolutely consider that. So I feel like with the Devil being underneath everything, you may be attached to an outcome. And that may be why you're concerned that perhaps your hard work is not paying off. That's really what I'm getting. And that, but I do feel, especially with all these aces here, if I could jump ahead just for a second, that whatever it is that you're working towards, it feels like it's inevitable. But let's do this one step at a time. So just because you are thinking that it's not working doesn't mean that that's correct. So you're being asked to focus on Temperance and the Seven of Cups. So what I get from this, so I think that many of you are really, would be really surprised at just how protected you are, because we see the Temperance card here. And often that means that your angels are with you. They're trying to help you balance out the energy, because I can see that you're confused. I can see that you are concerned and you are confused and you feel like your hard work is not paying off. But when Temperance falls in the focus position, it reminds me to remind you to talk to your angels, talk to your guides, and ask them to show you. Because I really, again, I think many of you would be surprised at just how protected, just how recognized you are, and just how much your spirit team really wants to help you. Because this Seven of Cups is giving me this energy where you are very confused about everything that you have done, that you may be considering stopping. You may be considering separating yourself from whatever this is you're working on. But I really feel like these cards are saying not to do that. So yeah, certainly with all these aces, I really feel like the cards are telling you to keep moving forward with whatever this is you think is not working. Keep moving forward. Your challenge is Death and the Hermit. So there may be tweaking that needs to be done with whatever this is you're working on. And I think that's why it's important to ask your spirit team. There may be some way. So how do I put this into words? Because there's so much. So let's start with the Hermit, because the Hermit is a very independent energy. So Death and the Hermit, this is telling me that there may be some need to tweak the way you look at yourself. Maybe have more compassion for yourself, or think about your mindset, because we did start with concern. And we said that just because you think it's not working doesn't mean that that's true. So I feel like the cards are asking you to really look at the way that you see things, you look at things, you think about things, because something needs to be transformed in the way you think about yourself and your mindset. And there's a different way to go about this. And it may not even be a different way to go about it, but it's a different way to think about it, because you started out with this concern card. And with Death and Hermit being in your challenge position, I really do get the sense that this is something that has to transform within you. It's like this idea that right now you feel like you're the student, but really you're the teacher. So that's what I just got. So make that work for you. Make that make sense for you. But I think that you are not considering just how successful you already are. And certainly ask your guides to help you through the confusion. But I think the way you look at yourself is going to be the challenge for you in this situation. There's a message with the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Wands. This is an ending and this is a beginning, which leads to this, which is actually, this is a really, really cool combination here. But the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Wands, this is certainly, I think this is about your mindset and the concerns that you have that you're not good enough, or perhaps there is imposter syndrome going on here, something like that. But this Ace of Wands is telling you to trust your creative spark. So whatever it is you're working on, the thing you want to, the thing you're feeling, the thing you're expressing through your creativity or writing or stories or platforms or channels, whatever this is for you, there's a message to really put an end to the way that you think about yourself. Again, the student, that part's over, is now the teacher, and it's now time for you to bring all of your creative energies out into the world. And I see you doing that. I see you understanding that this work that you have done, you understand that it's coming in. I think the concern at the beginning said you didn't think it was coming in, but I can see you here considering that, changing that. So I can see this is future you. You now actually see this stuff coming in. What used to make you afraid and cautious and apprehensive and concerned, you're now saying, wait a second, I think I see this thing coming in. And that is these new opportunities. The aces always represent these new opportunities. And I think that's what's happening. I think it feels like it's going to be sudden. It feels like a shocking kind of energy where you go from feeling like it's never going to happen to looking at yourself differently, realizing that you are not the student, you are the teacher. And then it's going to just come in quickly. There's going to be a sudden change. There's going to be some kind of a surprise, some kind of epiphany, some kind of transformation that's going to help you now start on this new thing that you love, because the Ace of Cups is taking an opportunity that you love. And this is a very creative opportunity. So it's all here. You just have to push through this last uncomfortable part of transforming the way you see yourself. So let's get some tarot, some more tarot, to see if there are other voices that would like to be heard. So Temperance and the Seven of Cups are with the Moon. So the Moon is really about your intuition, but it can also be about illusion. And that's what the Seven of Cups are too. So this is ask your guides. That's step one in all of this. The way you're looking at yourself is through this lens that isn't clear. The Moon and the Seven of Cups is very confused and unclear energy. Coming in with Temperance is very clearly saying your ancestors and spirit team really want to protect you right now. So just ask them. Ask them, step one, to show you the next step. Death and the Hermit are with the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is about compassion. It's also about happiness. And didn't I say that, to have self-compassion in this situation? I'm pretty sure I did. That's what this is about. Look at yourself more compassionately. Look at yourself more optimistically. Look at who your inspirations are in whatever field or creative expression that you're working on, and consider yourself among those people. The Three of Cups is a group of like-minded people coming together. So think of yourself as one of those cups. Whoever inspires you, you are one of them. You are inspiring others. So that's just going to, again, that's just a tweak in the way that you are going to feel and think about yourself. The 10 of Swords and the Ace of Wands are with the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords is about confusion. It's about setbacks. And this is saying, as long as you continue to think of yourself as the student, you're going to stay stuck in this energy where nothing is going to change, nothing is going to happen, my hard work is not paying off. You have to look at yourself as the creative genius that holds the Ace of Wands. The 3 of Wands and the Ace of Cups are with Judgment. Well, this is about revelation. This is an awakening, the Judgment. And that's exactly what I was getting, that I feel like you're going to move from this mindset of this is never going to happen into suddenly realizing, wait a second, I'm waking up. I can see it coming now. And I'm following my heart. I have all these opportunities around me. So we keep getting a lot of aces in our readings lately, which I love for all of us, because it just means that we're really lining up with all these new doors and new opportunities. So this one just feels pretty straightforward. Ask your guides and understand that you are now the teacher. You are no longer the student. So if you have that imposter syndrome, let that go, because you're one of the greats. So there you go. So that is your daily energy check-in. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.